Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this, I can get you through this, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad.
Don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone? 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Yeah, his baby said that they don't got a future like it burns. So give him something worse to kill his head with, make him forget somehow. Might be that another day she would have wished he stayed, but they're done. Sorries won't be enough this time. Yeah, he's calling all his friends to get some action, distract him right now. He's fine, got Lucy on the line, let's get this started. Where's the party tonight? I feel good, nothing weighs me down. I can't believe my luck right now. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone? Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Don't you wanna have some fun? Ooh, who needs a job to pay the rent? Is busy. Gotta feel free sometimes, right? What doesn't make you will only make you stronger if you believe what they say.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
Maybe that another day she would have wished to stay, but they're done. Red eyes while he said, don't you wanna have fun? Fool around with someone? Don't you wanna have fun? Never mind my dumb heart, it needs a little kickstart. 'Cause don't you wanna have fun? Don't you wanna have some fun?
Alright, let's go ahead and let's get started.
Baby said that they
We do a quick little mic check right here. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, I am broadcasting live in the heart of Tennessee. Glad to have you all guys. Have all of you guys here tonight. Take a look at Bitcoin and see what it's doing here. I'm on the 1 minute chart. Let's not worry about that. Let's see that in just a minute. Still showing some signs that a little bit bearish in nature. Meaning retest after retest of support level. It keeps wanting to continue coming on down. Bear with me just a second as I adjust this mic. Alright. So broadcasting live from a hotel where the family is in bed and mostly asleep. So we got a little bit of a whisper voice going on tonight. Bear with me while I do try to get my sound levels just right so we can get started. Alright, everything sounds pretty good. Here looking at Bitcoin on the 4 hour. Broken market structure, it does look like we are headed back, possibly down, maybe. Price being in these indecision doji type candles right here. I mean, the market's undecided what to do right now. Price being below this 21 moving average on the 4 hour. Again, not in our favor for upside action, so more price to come down and probably retest this level about 28,800. So if Bitcoin's not happy, nobody's happy. We'll come up here and check out the Bitcoin dominant chart real quick. Which has been falling, meaning that money's been moving outside of Bitcoin into other areas. We would hope altcoins. We can keep tabs of that with the total 3 chart right here. And it's had some up days, had some up time, but it's kind of leveling out too. So this money's going somewhere else. Taking a quick look at the US Tether dominance chart, the supply for Tether stablecoin. Good days and bad days, but it's also leveling out. What a mystery here, but it does look like there's going to be some more demand coming soon for stablecoin. So if things are moving into stablecoin, they are moving out of your altcoins and possibly even out of Bitcoin. So when we do zoom out just a little bit on total 3 representing all of our altcoins and their general health. Sending triangle formation broke to the downside. making a possible bear trap, coming back into the pattern, which is normally bullish. It's just got a fight on its hands to go further up at the moment. A lot of signs here at these moving averages saying that it's going to kind of force it down a little bit. So we'll alter our pattern now, that new information, into a falling wedge. It's what we usually see those ascending triangles transform into. These have a much higher probability of breaking out to the upside. We have roughly about 68%. For the time being, for say this next day, coming up on a Friday in the markets, well, it should be an interesting one. I see a lot of sideways action mostly for altcoins and some downward action to come, unfortunately. Hey, Strake is in the house, not a member is in the house. JN, hey, welcome guys, glad to have you here. That little button pushing goes a little too far sometimes. So how's it going, guys? I did notice a few things I want to share with you guys that look kind of promising. Of course, you need to do your own research, do your own charts and everything. These are just ones that look like they could potentially be maybe some good little trade ideas. I like what I was seeing overall on the daily, so we'll take a look at some of those real quick. So one that I have got a little check mark by, it's LFG. And I do not remember it being that hard to find. Here we go. It had been on MEXC. This one I'm finding just a little bit interesting. Not the best chart that I've found. I found some others, and a little bit better of a predicament. And this one, we were in kind of a rising channel there, which we broke down up. It's just doing a normal correction. We've done like a double bottom type scenario here, and we have this resistance area that we're now testing as supports on the 200 moving average on the daily. Chances are that would hold. Ichimoku cloud looks very promising for some more upward action. Stochastics are down at the bottom. Money flow is still in the red, so I have to keep an eye on that. That's a big one to watch. Volume weighted average price, that's this yellow section here, is turning to the upside. Things are looking a little bit promising there. It's one to watch for the next several days to get a confirmed bounce here on the 200 moving average. If we see enough action over the next couple of days on this one, this golden cross will occur right here where the 50 crosses the 200, and that is your official buy signal for the daily time zone, the time frame. So that's one we need to keep an eye on. There are some targets that can give you 41% return on investment. 100% return on investment on up to 147% return on investment at 0.0037. area. Bear with me, guys, while I try to get where I can tune into the chat here. This is a lot different from my normal setup, having to do it all on one computer on one small laptop, so. This is one that, let's take a quick look. It's called Social Good. Know nothing about this. I just happen to really like what I see on this daily chart. So compared to the other ones, and most of the altcoins honestly are not looking that hot. A lot of them are below the daily moving average, or the 200 moving average on the daily, which is bearish. This one, however, it's above it. Now it looks like it's going through a mild correction at the moment, but right here we have the 100 crossing the 200, which is a secondary buy signal. The best one, or a good one, being when the 50 crossing it much earlier. So coming down to the 4 hour, just to take a closer look at what's going on the smaller time frames. See, the price started falling from its very strong move there. Coming down to retest the 200 moving average, retested it twice, found support there twice. Let's hope that's enough. We need to watch that. As far as for a bounce for it to continue on up higher on this current trajectory, right? There is a good chance, though. A good chance. If that doesn't happen, we will see it come back down to 0.027, 0.028 cents, and that, in my opinion, would be an excellent place to pick this up. And that would also fall within the parameters of our 618 Fibonacci area. Being about 0.24 cents. But there's no guarantees that that will happen at all. If it does take a bounce at its current levels and keeps going up, because when we start looking at some of our indicators, some of them look pretty nice with some nice setup for some strong upward action. Indicators on the 4 hour are okay, but nothing exciting. But I do like how it's bounced off this 200 moving average. Making a nice little W formations. Worth keeping an eye on here. If we get a confirmed bounce off of where it is, buying the retest would be the safest and probably wisest choice to get in on this. The price would come up and bounce off of this area before moving upward. But this one, overall, looks poised like it wants to do something very nice in the near future. Especially with that process coming in the next day or two. Some areas to contend with for this token is going to be here at 0.053, 1085, 8.5 cents, and up to about the 14 to 16 cent area, but a little too early to start seeing those prices in your eyes right now. Another one we can take a look at is Gene Finance over on Mexi Global. Another one where our price is above the 200 moving average, and it is curving up. All of the indicators are just set up perfect here. This one is on a strong trajectory to the upside, and it does like to spike up quite a bit too. So from its current levels, I mean, it's been known to spike up 210%, up to almost 300%, just in one day, and then come back down to current levels. This one could be interesting for trading. And it's also got this nice rounding accumulating bottom here. Indicators on the daily. I've already confirmed a green dot, money flow moving to the upside. Indicator's still got room to run here, so I think there might be another little spike, maybe getting ready to happen. If I had to guesstimate where it may come up to, considering its current price, I would say a good area to actually catch it would be at 1.48 cents. And even if you're buying now, spike up to reach that target, that's a 117% return. Playing a risk to reward ratio. Stop loss below the 21 would give you a nice little tight stop loss of just about 7%, making your risk to reward ratio almost 18, which is unheard of. And the premise of this is that it's going to stay above the 9 moving average. That it's not going to wick below that, and it can. It could stop you out at that level. You could always put your moving average lower, increase, because anywhere. I mean, technically, you could come down to these crazy levels, about 24% loss, which I'm not cool with, but still have a risk to reward ratio of 5, which is still excellent. But in my terms, if I were playing this, the price would have to stay above the 9 daily moving average for me to be in this, or my idea would be invalidated, because it is to actually ride that on up to these higher levels. So I think it's just a nice one. You could throw a little bit in here. Could definitely moon bag it very easily, or just be satisfied with taking profits of 100 to 125%. But I'm anticipating this area based on where it is at the moment, and also this trend line here at the top. We may be able to pull a few more tricks out. It's got some confluence right here at the 786 Fibonacci area. I like that. Previous move it did went up to the 886, so the 786 is one little notch below that. And below 17. Risk reward ratio of 17, not bad. Taking a look at this one on the 4 hour just to see what it's doing. 4 hour looks nice too. It's already come down here to 0.0064. Bounced off the 50 moving averages. All of them got their head back on straight. They're going great again, and it's ready to move here, in my personal opinion. The indicator's saying it's a little bit hot here on the 4 hour. Money pool is in the green though. And that's the real thing to watch though. So if it were to pull back, it's not going to pull back very, very much at all. I'm going to take a quick look at Simbers. Zoom out to the daily here. See, we've been following this one after it broke out of this potential falling wedge pattern. And there's several different ways you could draw that. The first way, just following the trend. Gave it a small breakout that it rode the top of the trend line. We can actually just move it on back here more to this channel, which is now where it's found support as a retest. So this channel is really the more accurate version of this pattern. So it's showing some signs that it is trying to break upward. Take this area right here at 0.0003 as a bottom. It's one to keep your eye on. It's in the accumulation zone that I've got there. I think these are levels for anyone looking for this one for a long-term hold or maybe a little longer term swing trade. These are some excellent areas to get in on this, in my personal opinion. So we've seen this thing go up quite a bit, especially when they do have land sales. The demand for this token raises a lot. But one of our first targets here at 0.0045 gives you about 37% return. Best of there. And up to 0.0067 gives you a 104% return. You could just moonbag it and let the rest of it ride, or take your profits and run. Synthetics is another one I've been keeping my eye on here. It's kind of break out of this falling kind of wedge kind of channel. Was respecting this trend line after it broke back into it. Still is to a degree. Indicators have been trying to come down. Stochastics have been coming down. The price has just been staying the same. Maybe even going up just a little bit. And this one, it's a strong mover to keep your eye on. My hope was to catch it right around these areas. It has not quite made it down there. It may not make it down there at all. Indicators do suggest that it may make it down to about $2.70 in this zone. And should theoretically come back down and make it to the bottom of this pattern. Now, it's in kind of an interesting formation, a right angled broadening pattern. And zooming out on this one on the weekly. For a longer term hold, we broke out and then we're kind of flagging out here, broke above that, and trying to flag out above this. So we're trying to step up level by level. But this one I can definitely see coming back up to about $4.88. Currently it's at $2.81. We'll take it some time to get there. Let's see what else we got on our list here tonight. We got XEC. Which is showing some bullish signs that it wants to do something, but it's also showing some down and sideways action over this next week. That might be a good chance to actually think about possibly getting into this one. Overall, what I do like about this structure is this double bottoming structure we've got here. And when we zoom out a little bit more, we have a let's go ahead and zoom out over the weekend here. More of this rounding going on here. Now, this is an accumulation pattern. And it kind of signifies that we'll most likely be within the range for a little while. And that range generally go up as high as 0.00007 or hang around 0.000048 area. Low should be somewhere in the 0.0000228 area. This one might be a nice play. Just to trade in those areas. Currently it's going through a little bit of a correction, and I would personally, I think it's probably wise to give this one just a little bit of time to play out. But if you do see a breakout out in this falling wedge, that would be a great time to just snag onto it. If it breaks out and starts going up, yeah, it's going to go on a nice little run. But it just as well could just be dragging out a little bit, as it's got a little bit of more work to do with these moving averages, and we may see some other spikes like that. So that's why I'd say it's the safest bet is to wait for an actual confirmed breakout of that falling wedge. Could look something like this over here, just exactly like this. So that's what we want to try to avoid getting mixed up with, because there are those similarities. And this part would not be fun. This is where you'd actually want to try to buy. But XCC, it did go on a nice tear there. From these lows up to there, 100% return. But the moving averages here, this is a bullish cross, but the other ones are just kind of trying to figure it out. And so I'm just saying, I see a chance. There's a chance it could actually have a good breakout. Still, like I said, it broke out over here too, so we'd have to kind of keep an eye on it. And make sure our indicator levels look good and everything after a confirmed breakout. But I just wanted to keep you on the radar. And if not, if it doesn't do that, eventually keep it on your radar and get down at these lower areas. Nice returns when they just pop up to the top of that range again. And 100, 125, 150% ROI to play with right there. Like I said, I did a sell and boom, it immediately went straight up like it was waiting for me to dump some coins. Oh, the market be like that sometimes. It used to happen to me, I'd swear, before I started learning technical analysis, that I told everybody, if you do opposite of what I do, you'll be a millionaire real quick, because every time I do sell, it goes up, and every time I buy, it drops. Luckily, this has straightened out that whole game for me now. That rarely happens. Unless I'm breaking a rule that I'm breaking at the time. I usually always end up regretting it. Taking a quick look at Oculus. I think I've got this one charted over on KuCoin. We'll check this one too, bad. Nope. Definitely in my buy zone for a while. This one's kind of a cool project. I like it. This is on the Algorand ecosystem. Very neat in music NFT type. Like, it's been a while since I looked here, so we'll clear it out just a little bit. So clearly you can see that it's in an area that I'm cool with buying it. And it appears that this area here is holding, so it's giving us a partial decline in this falling channel that we got. Falling channel or a broadening pattern, depends on how you want to draw it. It's still doing the same thing, finding a partial decline, not coming all the way down again to retouch the bottom of this channel. So it's holding very well here at this level that I've got. 0.0738 as being a great area to get in on this, in my personal opinion. Now, this may be one you want to watch for a little while just to make sure. Because there's some potentiality it may hang around this area for a little bit before it actually takes off. It's got a little bit more proving to do here with some of these higher moving averages. 4 hour though. Now we were just looking at the daily. The 4 hour is saying it's been ready to go for a couple of days now, and everything went all the way up, came all the way back down, retesting the 200 moving average. 50 is still above the 200 so far. All the moving averages are moving up on the 4 hour. 4 hour looks like it's getting ready to do something short term. Nice little flag. Does have a big spike there on that flag, but still making a nice flag. I just want to, I think, keep your eyes open for, because I think this one, I'm doing this one as a long-term hold. And I've had this one over there staking for quite a while. But Oculus has $500 million, and half of that is in circulating supply at the moment. Small market cap, still under 20 million, so it's got a lot of room that it can grow. I think it can easily 10x, maybe 100x. It's not out of the question at all. Check out the website. They got some interesting artists that work with them and some of the things they do. NFT technology is really creating a whole new venue for artists, music and Otherwise, it doesn't have to be just monkey pictures. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one or not. I've been hearing it thrown around a lot lately, called Moon. I know nothing about this. But it isn't a flag, and that's worth taking a look at. Also, it's at a resistance area where that flagged out. Here's what I do like about it at the moment. This real thin, you probably can't even see it on your screens, thread of Ichimoku cloud coming over here, broadening out. Clouds thin and getting ready to broaden, thin over here. Very far away from price. That's usually a very good sign. $50 moving average is flirting with the 100, trying to cross over it. Get a little frisky there. Yet they're still above the 200, so they both got their work cut out to get up there, right? But overall, we're still got this momentum with this move. And we're currently under the 9 moving average, which is kind of bearish, kind of signifies that it may come down to about 25.5 cents. So, I mean, if you're thinking about maybe taking a risk on that one, well, that's a pretty good area in my mind. That's where I would jump in. And we can always take our Fibonacci areas, see how that lines up. That comes out with the 0.5 fib area right there, which by doubt theory is where a big move like this normally retraces to. So confident right there. Could have come down to these further areas and, plan accordingly, but very good chance that it may just find its bounce through here. But a little bit of consolidation in order for this after this big move. So catching it down at these levels through here. Nice move in my opinion. Let's see where that could go. Back up to the top of the channel would give you about 193%. But what you want to guard against is, see, we've had our touches here on the weekly, top, bottom. Got a wick up to the top. We're trying to move back down toward the bottom, so those are the things we got to watch. But it did have some nice molly in there. So, just kind of crucial to pay these areas. If it does not, if the 21 area here does not hold, then this value is not an idea here, because the next place would be the 50. You'd see a lot of down and sideways, but there's some things showing that there may be a strong move coming, just to be on the alert for. Striga says it's been super hot. Ain't touching that toes good yet. It's gotten a little coming down. Alright, guys. I am broadcasting, right? Okay. Somehow on my screen it showed something totally different. Check and make sure everything is up to par there. Alright guys, tonight I think I want to cut this one just a little bit short. This isn't touching it to it, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. I will do this again, be out here again tomorrow, see what we can find. But the market's just been kind of not that great today overall. And if you're trading perpetuals, trading Bitcoin or something like that, if you're not taking your profit quick, if you're trying to ride your trades, it's no fun. But if you're trying to get in and out with your profits, you're probably doing pretty decent. But they're still going very, very slow. Taking one last look here at Bitcoin on some of the smaller time frames. It's been looking really bearish. There may be some shorting opportunities to come. 4 hour, we are below that 200 moving average. Looks like it's trying to find a little bit of support here. I don't know if it's enough to try to get it to reclaim some ground or just get set up for maybe just another move back down here. I'm kind of looking for 28.8 to be hit again. And that's just because this whole area right here has been lost and has been retested bearishly. And it's trying to fight with it, but we got the weekend coming up, low liquidity. I wouldn't be surprised if we do visit these areas. And one last thing, I guess, before we do leave, let's check out Rev here. This is Augur. I think this was the study chart. And this is where I thought was a great buy here, which is where it's in right now. Oh, it's in 3 right now. Let's see if it's tempting me to jump back in anytime soon. At the moment, the stochastic is being so pinned up at the top with that right there. And I'm following momentum wave here, curving down. There's some signs here showing it's got a little bit more down to go. It's under the 21 there. And this is one that came across my attention with token metrics, and then I saw it in this excellent little pattern here getting ready to blow up around $1, and it did. So we caught it and rode that one, made a nice little move back. And now we're just kind of figuring out what's going on. But usually when you get these parabolic moves up, it's usually down and sideways and consolidation, reaccumulation. So this is where they get kind of boring and tricky to play here. But it could, decide to spike up at any moment. Right now, the 4 hour looks kind of nice. Daily doesn't look hot at all. But, it looks very plain and boring. 4 hour looks like it's trying maybe to do something here. And it needs to. It needs to kind of confirm this area at the bottom. And that's at what, $1.81? Now, for the degenerate people out there, you might jump in here. I'm eyeballing it myself. Maybe putting just a little bit more skin in the game there. But it could just as easily fall back down to these lower areas, about 154. So, you got to be prepared for that too. This area right here doesn't necessarily have to hold. It's showing some signs that it might. Looking for some divergence here. Not seeing anything all that aggressive, so I'd feel more comfortable if I did. Put it that way. But so far, this area's been holding very well. But I would, and I like the Ichimoku cloud, how it looks at the moment, but I think it's a little bit too early to tell if it's got some more downward side or not. The biggest thing it's got going for it is this 200 moving average. We're below it right now, but it's got a lot of volume, a lot of velocity behind it, so it looks like it's definitely trying to pull price up with it as it keeps shooting up. So another little telltale sign is this 50 moving average over the 100. They're not crossing. And the strength of the move is reflected in the degree of the cross, right? So when you have a steep cross, the steeper, with the more velocity behind that move, when you got them just kind of laying on top of each other, there's not much strength there to make it one across or to drive prices downward. So it looks like prices are trying to bottom out this area. So after this string, you might just sink a little bit more ETH into this. Just take a look at it on the ETH chart. That's what I'll be trading on. I like to use the one that's got Uniswap. And it looks like it's doing some interesting things with ETH. Wow. Now, that would have been a great place to get it. And that's the trouble, I guess, with trading. Oh, this is not it, though. I'm on the wrong one, aren't I? Okay, good deal. It's Rep B2. It's saying reputation. Okay. It's saying Rep BT. It's got Augur and everything in there. That's the one I'm pretty sure that I've been trading right here. Okay. So this makes no sense to me with these numbers and ETH. And this makes more sense. Okay. And it's pretty much, the same pattern, same thing going on, same boring sideways action there. Not at a, it's at a decent place to look at getting into it with some Ethereum, so I may actually do that tonight. Let's see, we've got a little support resistance flip area there in the smaller time frame. Come down to the 1 hour. See it just a little bit better. Hopefully that will hold. Ichimoku Cloud. It looks to me like we're coming down here to this 0.00096 area. Or 0.001 ETH area. Right here is where I'll be looking at.
I take back what's been stolen from me, little by little, piece by piece,
So
until I'm complete.
through the next little bit of the night, I'll keep my eye on that, see if I can catch it right here in that area. And I'm going to trade this on my Tangem wallet. It's really easy that way. And if you don't have a Tangem wallet, remember there is a contest in the description below. You just basically leave some comment on the live streams that has the word Tangem in it, so I can pick you out randomly.
What I'm supposed to do.
Hey, DeFi guys in the house. But some days are going to cross over it. And that's a good cross too on that. Even on the Ethereum chart, the other chart would be just like that. Yeah, that's bullish. It's just got to bounce off this 21. And that's one of the things I'm looking at is calling it upward. We're getting that change momentum now. So it's the 9 moving average crossing the 21 like that, saying it is time to go back the other direction towards the 200. So I think things look good. That's why I'm going to dip into it a little bit more tonight. If we can get down here, about these areas, about 9:30, somewhere through there. Guys, I appreciate you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you very much. And I will be back out here tomorrow night around the same time. Until then, just trade carefully. It's going to be interesting tomorrow, day tomorrow on the markets. I think we're going to see a lot of these coins have to struggle over this weekend. But we just take it one day at a time. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. body's alive. Make you look like you're so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet eye off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was part your life.